Good evening, everybody, and how are we on this lovely evening? I just need to adjust the lighting. So, how are we all this evening? I trust we are all well and everything is going fine. Okay, so got a bit of a new experience for me tonight. So, not only are we going to do a little bit of baking, which is very exciting, we also have some savoury excitement going on. So, what we're going to do this evening is we are going to put on my pinny, okay, because it's always better to have a pinny on, and then you can just stick it round your back and tie it up, you see. So there we go. So, pastry. Never made pastry before, so completely new experience. My trousers keep falling down, which is slightly irritating, but not to worry. Hat's got to go on as well, you see. But for the hat to go on, the glasses have to come off, and the hat has to go to the other side of the glasses. So, welcome everybody. So, what have I learnt this week? Well, I have learnt that a door is not just a door. Doors can be different thicknesses. So, when you're buying a door, make sure you buy the right thickness. Otherwise, you end up with a load more work to do for no particular reason because you haven't got the right thickness door. So, that's your top tip from DIY Rob. Okay. On another note, all of my videos, I think all of them, are now available on YouTube. Okay, so if you just absolutely do a search for Cook Along with Rob, then you should have absolutely no problem finding them. Then if you're really bored, on that channel also, if you find out where they all are, you'll also find some of the in-car from the rally car, which is probably a little bit more exciting than watching me cook, to be honest, using the term cook very loosely. So, without further ado, we are going to make some pastry. Now, we're going to make short crust pastry. I don't really know why it's called short crust. Why can't it? Good evening, Paulie. How are you? I hope you've had a good day over there in Guernsey. Hope the weather's been nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some short crust pastry. Okay. Whole new experience for me. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it'll be a laugh if nothing else, won't it? So, you have to knob your butter. Okay. Knob your butter, okay? 120 grams of knobbed butter. I did that earlier today, actually. I knobbed the butter. So that's why it's ready to go. I looked at various recipes. Various recipes stated whether or not I should have cool butter. I mean, to be fair, butters comes out of a cow, doesn't it? So that's pretty cool in itself, isn't it? So that's what I thought anyway. So you need 225 grams of plain flour, okay? Plain flour, all right? So, and you're going to sieve it into the butter. So that's me plain flour gone in, see? And you give it a little shake because it's that shaky thing again, isn't it? You've got to do the shaky thing. Now, I don't think we're going to have enough time. Good evening, Francis. How are you? I don't think we're going to have enough time to chill this pastry. I mean, to be fair, by the time I fingered it, it'll be fairly laid back, but I don't think we're going to have time to chill it fully. All right? So we're going to try and break a bit of new ground here. So now you've got your flour and your knobbed butter in there. You just get your fingers in. I have washed my hands, by the way. And you just move it through your fingers. Just keep your fingers going deep. Really deep. Get your fingers in deep, all the way to the bottom. And just keep it working. Keep it working. So I've just had a very good top tip. Somebody doesn't chill, so that's good. So I'm not going to chill either. We'll go straight in, no kissing. So we're gonna you want to keep fingering it until it's like breadcrumbs, just like breadcrumbs. Okay, nice, soft, fluffy breadcrumbs. So just keep your fingers going through it. Keep fingering the knobbed butter into the flour, and then, crikey, we had a bit of Paula laughed then. What's all that about? So get it right into the bottom. Go really deep with your fingers. Go really, really deep with your fingers, and just keep fingering it. Keep moving it through your fingers. Do what with Nigella though, Terry? I'm not sure she'd let me finger her pastry. So just keep fingering it until it goes all nice and biscuit-like. So it goes all nice and flaky. It's not really going flaky, if I'm completely honest. It's going all a bit doughy, but don't worry, don't panic. I'm not. I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking at all. So it's going. It's working. I'm working it. So yeah, here we go. So I've been a bit busy today. I had a bit on. What's gone all wobbly, Berrien? Maybe you haven't fingered it enough. Berrien, finger it some more. So there we go. It's gone. Oh dear. So that's okay. That's gone quite nice, actually, I reckon. I don't have a food processor. I've got a whisk with a very short lead on it. I don't know if you've ever mentioned that. I don't know what that is about whisks with short lead. So go around the bowl, pick all the little bits up, and just keep working it. Keep your fingers going through it. That's it. Just keep your fingers going through it. That's it. Here we go. That's it. Crikey. It's quite demanding, isn't it? It's quite demanding. I see why everybody voted for a quiche now. Not really surprising, is it? So now I'm just going to put just a couple of dabs of water in. Just a couple of dabs, not too much, because you don't want it too moist. I don't want it to be too moist. It just needs to hold together into a ball, really. Listen to it squelching and everything now. I don't know if you probably don't get that sound effect actually. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get any flour onto my worktop to roll this out, but it all seems a bit. Oh, that's okay. I'm happy with that. So there we go. Look. There we go. So there's your fingered pastry. Okay, Looks more a bit like a cauliflower actually. Looks a bit more like a cauliflower. So just keep it, there we are, look at that, that's perfect now. That's brilliant, it's brilliant. Just pick up the bits out of the bowl, keep them working, that's it. Keep them working. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that now. So now we're there now. So your pastry that you've now fingered and has now gone into a nice ball. Okay, it's not too moist. All right, it's not dry, but it's not moist. Okay, so we're going to stick that back in the bowl for a minute and slide the bowl over there. I'm going to try and clean my hands off a little bit now from all of this because I just need to clean the worktop down because I didn't really want to have the pastry board sliding around on the worktop. So what I did was I cleaned the worktop before I started. Cleaned the worktop, and now I'm just going to throw some flour on the worktop and put it straight on the worktop and roll it out on the worktop. Okay, so I'm going to hand that to my sous chef. A little bit of flour. So get a little bit of flour, not too much flour. It is a nice sized portion, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. So a little bit of flour. There we go. So here we go. Get that. There we go. That's done up now. So spread the flour out a little bit. The reason you're putting flour is just so it doesn't stick when you roll it. That's all really. You can also rub your rolling pin as well. Okay, you can put some flour on your rolling pin, you see, like that. Okay, so get this, put that down there, and then just roll it out. So it's going to go in a 23cm flan tray. Okay, now they've also called it a tart tray. I don't really know what a tart tray is. Well, I just thought it was a bit like a flan tray. So I'm not going to go too thin with it because I don't think that'll end very well if I'm being honest. So I'm just going to roll it out. Oh, it doesn't look big enough to be fair. Now, you say it's a big portion, but it doesn't really look big enough, I don't think. Oh, it's now it's broken everything. Oh no. It's not going well, this isn't. I'm not going to say. Word to the wise, okay? Word from the wise. Don't do pastry live on Facebook. Have some you've made earlier. Okay, because this isn't going very well. But hey, you know, we're all here for a bit of fun, aren't we? So I'm never going to get that to fit in that. I can't lie. I've turned the oven on. Yeah, I've turned the oven on. I turned the oven on by rubbing the side of it. It quite like that. That's how I turned the oven on. 180 for the oven. 180. Oh, it's all very stuck. Oh, jeez. This genuinely is not going well. I'm not going to lie. So I don't think, definitely, this is not going to be something that Nigella's going to be calling me anytime soon. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh, there we go, we'll just shift it round a little bit. There we go, that's pat that down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and slide it off the worktop into the flan case. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. I don't know whether it's not moist enough or whether it's too moist. I think the portion size is about right. Re-roll it. Crikey, I'm having enough trouble rolling this bit. Okay, I'll put it back together again. And I'm going to re-roll it. Because I think that's what it means.
Sometimes you can pick it up on the rolling pin.
Sorry?
Sometimes you can pick it up on the rolling
wrap the pastry around the rolling pin to lift. Okay. Oh, every day's a school day here, isn't it? So we might have to abandon in a minute and just go straight in, and we'll go with the pastry however it is. So right, okay, let's go again. Let's go again. Let's roll it out. Let's put a little bit of flour on the shaft. Here we go. No, things you shouldn't do live on Facebook. Pastry is definitely one of them. Pastry is definitely one of them. Oh dear. Oh, now my rolling pin's all sticky now, aren't they? Oh lordy, lordy. I reckon I'm going to have a very thick base, I reckon. And I don't think I'm going to have much else. Thanks, James, I may need it. It's a very good wrist action, isn't it? It's taken me years to perfect my wrist action. I need to keep doing this, I think. I need to just keep rolling it out. I blame the rolling pin, actually. I don't blame anything else. It's all to do with the rolling pin. There's nothing else going wrong. It's just the rolling pin. It's the wrong type of rolling pin. It should have been a better rolling pin. So I blame the rolling pin supplier. So it's going okay though. It's going all right now. We're not going too bad. It's all still a bit thick, but I don't know whether we'll get it any thinner or not. So, you know you wanted that bit of jeopardy. You know, very good, Terry. You do get a roll with it. You're right with Oasis. You wanted that bit of jeopardy in my cooking. Well, I reckon you found it. So it was a very close call between this and souffle. So souffle at the moment is looking the easier option. I'm not going to lie. But we keep going. We'll keep going with it. We keep going with it. I got no way of preparing one from earlier, so we're just going to keep going with it. Crikey. We're getting there. We're making some progress. I'm still not sure it's going to fit. Still not going to fit my flan case yet, on my tart case. But we'll keep going. My portion's got fairly big now. So, and it's definitely re-roll. Oh, I just stuck my finger through it now. I've got a draggy finger. My finger just slipped through it. Oh, it's all crispy on the edge. Don't worry, I'll pat that down. So yeah, this is going slightly better now. Oh, if you could see the floor here. There's stuff everywhere. It's really messy now. I may just have to go with this in a minute, and it may just have to go in my flan case. I'm not sure I'm going to make it quite as big as my flan case. Oh, got a big hole in it. Oh, fingers in it again. Oh dear. Oh, heck. Right, okay. There we go. I think pat a cake and all that. I'm going to clean my pin off, I reckon. Clean my pin off, clean off my shaft. It's all got a bit sticky now. I just don't think that's big enough. Oh, it's picking up on my rolling pin and everything now. That ain't big enough. That ain't going to go in there. I'm telling you. That ain't going in there. Genuinely isn't fitting. I'm not going to lie. I did just see your message, Melvin, by the way. And don't worry. Be rest assured. This isn't my new career. Right. Okay. I don't quite know how we're going to do this now. I suppose I could always make the quiche on the worktop. So, what do you mean if it breaks, Francis? It's broken. So, here we go. Oh, it's all stuck to the worktop and everything. So we're just going to get the old fish slice in there. Tease it with a fish slice, she cried. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. I'd love to say it was perfect. It is far, far from perfect. Perfect it is not. But we're going to go in from both sides now. We're going to tease it off with the... Crikey. I don't think that's sliding anywhere anytime soon. Oh, the jeopardy. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Thanks, Melvin. Bought it specially for the occasion. Right, okay. Let's see what happens here then. I think this may have to go in bits actually. Oh no, it's going on the floor and everything now. We'll pick those bits up in a minute and we'll put them back in. So, here we go, here we go, here we go. We're all over this malarkey now. So we've got the pastry in. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, okay. So, we've had a bit of jeopardy with the pastry. Now, let's I don't think that's going to take another roll if I'm being honest. Let's put that over there. Paula finds it highly amusing, but then it's not Paula doing it. Oh, right, hang on a moment. Hang on, let's tip a little bit more flour out on the worktop because I'm sure that's the issue. It can't be anything else. Oh. Right, okay, so we've now got some more. Crikey! This is some pastry that I made earlier, which I think is even worse than the pastry I've just attempted to put in the bin. So, I think I'm going to send Paula next door to see if we can borrow the ready-made short crust pastry. Paula, could you go next door, please, and borrow the... What happened? It all went really bad, really quick. And I don't know what... Well, I do know why. It's because I'm not very good at it. That's why. But it was all right, you know. I mean, we may salvage this bit I've just taken out of the fridge. So I had to go at it earlier. Okay? I had to go at it earlier, look. Okay? So this bit has been in the fridge, so this bit is quite chilled and laid back. So we'll have another go with the old Dick Dapper rolling pin. I think the key to the rolling pin is keep the shaft dry. I don't think we need to be getting it too, letting it, oh dear. Lordy, lordy. Who knew this could be so much fun? Who knew? But, right. So, we've got to continue with this now, because there is no shop bought short crust pastry next door. I'm sure Nigella doesn't have these problems. I can maybe see why you chill it now though. Hang on, I just need to flour my shaft. Alright, it's flouring my shaft again. So this is now going a little bit better now. I don't want to speak too soon. But we'll get there. Oh dear. Yeah, we're definitely going to get there. We're all over this malarkey now. Right, so you wanted the jeopardy, you have the jeopardy. I mean, the souffle is going to seem a breeze, isn't it? You know, I mean, the souffle is going to be an absolute doddle. I need a bigger worktop. I definitely need a bigger worktop. Francis is having a tenor moment. But I can now... Other things that I've learned today. Why you chill pastry. You chill pastry because it's easier to roll out, especially with short crust. Now, somebody did ask me earlier if I was blind baking it, and you can clearly see I'm bad enough being able to see what I'm doing without being blind when I'm trying to bake it. So the answer to that question is no, I'm not blind baking it. I could make a smaller quiche, but I don't have a smaller tart tray. See, that's a bit better, isn't it? You see, we're all over that now. See, that's why you chill the pastry, okay? I do cup of soup, yeah, I do. I could use one of those new doors as a worktop. Yeah, one of the new doors that doesn't fit. So, right, we're getting there now. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. I reckon we're getting there now. I reckon we're nearly on it. I still don't know how big it needs to be though. Really, if I'm being honest. Oh no, it needs a little bit more. So, I'd like to say, for some of you that are watching, that thankfully my wiring looms were better. But some other people also know, I fingered me pastry again. Right, now we're going. I reckon that ain't far away now, you know. So I reckon that ain't far away now. I might just go for it actually, I reckon. Because I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So, oh no, that seems very thin. So, yay, look at that. I picked it up and everything. So, I'm now going to ease it into the sides. Okay. Gonna finger it into the sides like that. Oh no, we've got a little bit there missing, but that's okay. We'll nick a bit from the other stuff. There we go. Crikey. Who knew this could be so difficult? I certainly didn't. You know, and I was under no illusions it was going to be simple, but I really didn't think it was going to be quite this hard. Right, but we're on it now, we're on it. It's in the tray. It's in the tray. I've got a loose bottom on my tray. Okay, because I reckon that a loose bottom's the way forward. So, now, you shouldn't trim this until after it's cooked really, but I've got to be honest with you, I don't see this coming out extremely well anyway. So, I'm going to trim it, and all I'm doing is I'm running my thumb over the edge of the flan case. Okay? I could roll my rolling pin over it apparently. Take a tiny piece off and use it to tuck in it, it won't rip. What are we talking about now? I reckon we got it. We're there. We're there. I'm going to show you it in a minute because I'm actually quite proud of that. Considering the disaster we had just moments ago, and it was moments ago, mere moments ago. I mean, for some people, it will seem like an age ago. Okay? Now, that's it. So get all your bits into your bottom. There we go. Look at that. Okay? That's awesome, isn't it now? I think I've actually managed to pull that out of the bag. Right, stick that over there. Now, if you were going to blind bake it, this is the point, okay? This is the point where you would now put a load of pebbles in it from the garden, because that's what they look like. I don't really know what they are, but they're sort of pebble things. Pedals, pebbles, all the same thing in them. So, what I'm going to do with this bit is I'm going to hand this over to my sous chef now to put this back in 27 minutes, all over it, aren't I, you see? All over it. all over it. And yet again, the recipe said 20 minutes prep time. They lied. They lied. So this can now go in the fridge to chill. So question for my professional chefs. Can we freeze this pastry? Baking beans, but when it will go orange? It'll go orange if I use baked beans. So hand that to my chef. Okay, so now what we've got to do, we'll tidy all that later. So, and I'm better looking than Jamie Oliver as well. And definitely more funny. Right, so next, what we're now going to do, relax. We're going to relax for just 1 minute. Relax for 1 minute. It's all been a bit stressful. It's all been a bit stressful. I pulled it out of the bag. I got a bit of a sweat on and everything. So now I'm going to get 4 eggs. Lucky 4 eggs. I've only got 4 eggs. Oh, maybe only 3 now. Oh no, still got 4. So to stop it rising. I don't think there's any chance of that rising. No, I reckon that's maybe had its day, to be honest. So what we're going to do now, we're now going to make the filling. Okay, so it consists of, I need a jug. I need 200 ml of single cream. 200 ml of single cream. So 200 ml single cream goes in there. Crikey, here we go. Now the eggs. We're going to put the eggs in. Now, I could look at the recipe now, what I'm going to, but the recipe's not very good because the recipe didn't even tell me to roll out the pastry. So I really don't hold out much hope for this. I'm not going to lie. Okay, we've got a large bowl. We've got some eggs. Got some eggs. Here we go. Eggs are going in. No, I'm not cooking the base, Francis. It's going in as it is because that's what the recipe says. So we're rolling with the recipe. Now, what could possibly go wrong with the recipe? So there's my eggs in there. I'm going to rub myself down a little bit. Cream's gone in there now. Eggs and cream, that looks yummy, doesn't it? Look at that. Now we need a whisk. I need to get the whisk out. So I probably should have said I've blanched, there's a new word, you see, blanched the broccoli. The broccoli is blanched. Francis is getting very concerned about me not cooking the base. So I just think it's going to be a giggly whatever happens, isn't it? Arrange the pastry in arrange pastry in a prepared tart. Yeah, that'd be fine. What can go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? What do I want out of here? The whisk. The whisk has never, ever, okay, been in that cupboard. We have a whisk now. Whiskey, whisk, whisk. We've got the what these thingies, the beater thingies that go in here. Okay. We have to. Oh no. Hang on. No soggy bottoms. I'm all over this malarkey. I'm all over this malarkey. It'll be fine. I mean, I've got a very good history of pies with fish in. Okay? The last pie that I had with fish in cost me about £7,500. So, we're going to beat all this up, okay? Just beat in nicely. So, what I don't know is when do you put the custard powder in to make it go orange? Okay, so I'm now seeing too many people are starting to scare me about that it's not been baked. So I'm going to stick it in the oven for 10 minutes while I'm doing this. There we go. It's now in the oven for 10 minutes, all right? So it'll be fine. And I'm not holding this above my head either. Okay, I'm not doing that. Now I'm going to put the cream cheese in. Okay, so I'm using borzine, bison, I don't know what it's called, but it's urban chives even. Okay, so urban chives. Then we're going to put that in. Then we're going to, oh jeez. Then we're going to give that another whisk. You probably shouldn't whisk it really, but you should probably stir it in or something. But I don't see that stirring very well because it's cream cheese, isn't it? So I'm going to close my eyes for 10 minutes. So I reckon that's going to be the same as blind baking. So you get the old fish slice out. Get that in there. There we go. Oh, it just sticks to everything, doesn't it? There we go. There we go. We're on that now. Crikey. I don't need to prick its bottom because if you prick its bottom, it's going to have holes in its bottom, isn't it? So I didn't want to prick it. I got holes in my thing. I got a really fancy thing as well. I got a fancy tart thing. So we're putting that in there. And we're whisking that some more. That's got all whiskey now. I do remember somewhere saying that you could put salt and freshly ground pepper. So it's all going okay. That does look awfully sloppy, but I reckon it's supposed to, innit? So around that time, it's all going very busy now. You know when maybe, just maybe, you've just gone a recipe too far? This could be the one. But looking at the positives, yep, there are positives. Looking at the positives, you're all here to witness it. So, right, that's that done. Right. So now, I've got my salmon rusty. I baked this earlier. I baked it for 25 minutes in the oven at 200 degrees, so it was all flaky. So it is all flaky, which is nice. Look, all flaky. Look at that, flaky, which is nice. Now, I'm going to put it in a bowl. Okay, I'm going to flake it off and put it in a bowl. There's a tremendous mess. There's flour everywhere. So I'm going to flake it with a fork. Okay, just going to flake it with a fork and fingers. Okay, Scottish salmon. This is fine Scottish salmon. This is fine Scottish salmon. Okay, get it in there. Get it all in there. There we go. So get that in the bowl. That's in the bowl now. We've already blanched the broccoli, and the recipe said a spring onion. Well, I finally chopped a spring onion, and actually it wasn't worth chopping up. So I've done 5 spring onions, which I'm going to put in with it, which is nice, isn't it? Nice bit of something different to it. So some of this salmon was Tesco's Finest. Some of this salmon is Aldi's salmon. They're Finest stuff though, obviously. So all the salmon's going in the bowl. we're going to give that a bit of a mix up. So we're not going to mix it up too much though, because we still want it to look like salmon. We don't want it to look like paste. Question: does anybody still actually eat salmon paste? You know, I remember it used to have crab paste as well, didn't you? So the last bit's coming out now. I have no idea how long the pastry's been in there, but I would, from the responses I got from messages, anything was better than nothing. So you don't want skin. You definitely don't want skin on it. So there we go. Ah, look at that. Perfect, perfect. So there we go. Right, I'll hand that over to my esteemed. There's a lot going on tonight, isn't there? So I've got fingered pastry. I've now got fishy fingers. So, oh. Right, there we go. So that's now flaked nicely. You say, very nicely. So we'll put that to one side. We're now going to get out another chopping board, put it on there, because I think whoever said I should have pricked the bottom was dead right. It's come up a treat. Oh dear Lord. Right, I now need a tea towel. My tea towel's gone. Tea towel's gone. We're now gonna get this out of the oven. Now I'm gonna get this out of the oven and yeah, that's not gone well, I'm not gonna lie. Looks more like a kebab than it does a flan case. So we'll just push that down a little bit. It'll be okay. Sure, it'll be fine. So now, prick it now. Okay. Get me pricker out, and I'll prick it. Just gonna prick it. I'm pricking it. My prick's out. I'm pricking it. Here we go. There we go. I'm pricking it now. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Right. Now the salmon's going in. Okay. Salmon's going in. Just lay a little bit of salmon in. Seems to have quite a lot of salmon and not a lot of flan. So put that in there like that. Then you need to fork this. You need to fork this across. Listening's never been my strong point. I can't lie. So I'm working on the fact that if I put enough salmon in, a soggy bottom won't really matter. I think we're in preparation for a very, very messy oven, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, this is the one you all wanted. This is the one you all wanted to see, and I can now see why. Right, sprinkle some stuff on. Some spring onions. Get a bit of broccoli. Tip a bit of broccoli in, so you can see what I'm doing. I'll turn that around like that. There you go. Sprinkle a bit of broccoli in. Not too much broccoli. Puts hairs on your chest. Here we go. There we go. Finger the broccoli around a bit, just so it's all nice and lovely. There we go. Not a bit too much broccoli there. Guess what I'm having for dinner tomorrow. So now you're going to get your mixture. And I'm going to tip your mixture in. Okay, you don't want to put too much in. Definitely not in this one anyway. Oh heck. That's it. Keep it going in. Keep it going in. Oh, 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 jeopardy, jeopardy. It's all coming out the side already, she cried. Right, that'll do. Don't want to overdo the problem. Paula's now frantically, absolutely frantically, trying to find me a tray to put it on in the oven. This is so funny. So, Paula's going to bring me the tray over. Before I do that though, I'll tell you what I will do. I will show you what it looks like. So, you can all see that. See, look at that. That's perfect, isn't it? You see? If I move the camera around quick enough, you won't actually be able to see how bad it really is. So, yeah, I'm on it, Francis, I'm on it. Well, Paula was on it. Paula got all a bit panicky when I said the oven was going to get fairly messy. So, on tray, Rodney, on tray. There we go. It's on the tray now. So, it's now going to go in the oven for 45 minutes. And see me on the other side. We'll see what comes out. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've all been suitably entertained for the evening, and I will be back a bit later with the results of my cheese. I haven't put any cheese. Yes, I have. Borzine, bullseye cheese. The results of my salmon and broccoli quiche. So, thank you all for watching. Here it is about to go in the oven, and we will catch you all later. Thank you very much indeed. It may look good enough to eat, Jenny, but I genuinely am not entirely sure because it looks very moist. Oh, heck. Okay, so I'm now just setting the oven timer for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. There we go. So that's good. So thank you all very much for that. Put some foil around the edge to stop. Oh, it's too late for that, Francis. Francis, it's too late for the foil. It's in. It's in. So what we'll do is we will be back in about 45 minutes to see what appears out of the oven. And I can genuinely say I have not made one earlier. I don't know how you'd have ever told whether I'd have made one earlier. But thank you all very much for watching the Cook Along with Rob, the Salmon and Broccoli Quiche edition. We will do a bit of a roundup a bit later. And then what we will do is we will do a taste test. That'll be tomorrow now because I'm not, well, we'll see. We'll see if it's tomorrow. We'll see how it looks to see if it's tomorrow. But fingers crossed, it'll all be fine and everything will go well. And I'll be having quiche and a little bit of salad for lunch tomorrow. So thank you all very much for watching. If you're not coming back later, I'll say it'll be about 45 minutes. If you're not coming back later, not a problem. Just look for my event on Facebook. Come and join me next week because I'm going to be making a souffle. All right, so what could possibly go wrong with a souffle? I can't imagine because everything went perfect tonight, didn't it? So enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you all soon. Bye.